Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Trails Beyond the Horizon. In the last parts, we did more stuff around town. Then we headed off. What did we do in this part? Oh, we finished up all of our 4 SPGs around town. And as well as our connection events. So now we can continue on with the story. Off video, I did go back to the guard and make sure I actually did everything that needed to be done. I went back to clear through the stages. There was 2 stages that I didn't get air rank on. I went back and cleared those out. I got a couple different outfits, like Mr. Rosette's new Z1 Racer outfit. I got that amongst others. So we gotta continue the story. So we need to go to Auburn and see what we gotta do now. See what we can do to progress. What's over here? What's happening? Oh yeah, that pro basketball tournament's supposed to be in full swing by now, right? I heard the Red Tigers went up a bracket this year. That shooter there is something else. He's not on anyone's radar just yet, though. But they're going all the way to the top. I guarantee it. Maybe I'll see if I can catch one of their games soon. Pro basketball tournament, huh? Got a feeling that's something we can bet on at the sports book. Well, I gotta go to the Shotton district anyway, so I'll do that next time once I make my rounds over there. Hey man. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh god. Look who's here. Huh? Mom? Oh, it's Miss Chloe and Lucrezia. The hell kind of lineup is this? Ain't even showing your face this time around?
思ったより早い再会やったね。言うて別に顔隠しとるわけやないよ。着物の時もそうやったやろ。
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
話は聞いたわ。いろいろと大変だったみたいね。裏でも何かあったようだけど。
If you know it that much, I'm not quite sure how to respond. But regardless, it's nice to meet you. My name is Elena Claire. How polite of you. I'm Chloe, Judith's mother. I'm sure you already know my background, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But Lucrezia and I have been acquainted since back when I was still working full-time. Indeed, we first met before I had even joined the society. It's been, my word, 16 years? Since we last fought while I was a member of the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Yeah, you were always quite the troublemaker back then, weren't you? Though it seems you mellowed out quite a bit since then. Well, I owe that large to you and your relentless scolding now, don't I? I see. I had no idea. Come to think of it, you were working full-time until 10 so years ago, Mr. Lancer. So you two were kind of like Jaegers then? Sometimes you'd fight, some other times you'd work together? That about sums it up, yes. She was never completely awful, but Mr. Oathbreaker, on the other hand... Yeah, we're very familiar with him by now. Well, as much as we may seem like a package deal, I'm not always working with him, you know. In fact, when we both were in the Order, he was fairly hands-off when it came to my activities. Even now, I'm not quite sure what he's up to. So that's how it is. Our friend with the hat did mention he was on some kind of trip. The fool, that professor... Starting to seem like everyone in your group is off doing their own thing. Can't deny that. Even Walter's acting on his own right now. However, you needn't worry. Thanks to that agreement between the Grandmaster and President Gramhart, and how much dear Elroy has been scolded, I especially doubt he'll stir up trouble anytime soon. As much as that could be true, I'm not about to count on it. By the way, maybe you could give us more details about your pact with my father. Nice try, but sorry. That's not something I can let slip so easily. In any event, I plan to leave Edith soon and head off to a certain place. Again with the vagueness. Well, at the very least, enjoy the cake here. It's so good it'll restore the humanity to your dark and twisted soul. If I had my way, I'd sit hardwood, to fool Andrew Professor down and shove a sight down each of their throats too. Something tells me it wouldn't have quite the same effect on them that does you, Vaughn. Well, I had been recommending it to Jordan and a few others, but it seems you're quite a fan of sweet yourself. Yes, but Dara's told me all kinds of stories about your sweet tooth. I got to thinking, I'd love for a connoisseur such as yourself to try this one dessert in my recipe book someday. You got a dessert? Vaughn hears about a new sweet and his neurons light up like a bonfire. Ah, you mean that? Wait, hold on a second. We're getting off topic. I'm a little curious, honestly. At the very least, it seems you don't need to be overly suspicious about Miss Isley here for the moment. True. Best leave it to Miss Lancer to keep an eye on her while we focus on other tasks. Oh boy. Alright, what's going on in Tryon? What's going on over here? Alright, who are we meeting up here? It's Ren. The whole squad's here. Oh, Agnes! And the rest of your work crew. Busy on the job as usual, are we? Yeah, it's good to see you all. Really couldn't lose having a girls' day out on a Quincy parlor. Plus one guy. Shut it! It's not like I want to be here. Can we just get this educational visitation meeting done with? Don't be so impatient, James. Educational visitations. That brings back memories. Sure does. I heard they suddenly made the call to do it in Long Lai this year. Yep. Originally we were supposed to be off until the end of the week. But then the space program got moved forward. I have to say, I'm looking forward to getting this chance to see a manned rocket launch. We still haven't decided whether or not you're going to participate though, have you, Agnes? Yes, that's right. Sorry to cause you all so many problems. It's fine. What happens, happens. You just focus on doing your thing, okay? Thank you, Odette. It's nice having such good friends. Well, you can keep mulling it over to the 11th hour if that's what you need. Right. Speaking of student council work, you mentioned having a good deal of trouble with vendors compared to last year, yes? Yeah, about that. Apparently it's because people left their jobs without passing on the appropriate information. Seems there's been more people like that in the past year, regardless of the industry. Is that so? I suppose like something might be related to missing persons incidents. They must have all had their own individual reasons to quit. Dissatisfaction with the current circumstances could be a common factor, though. At any rate, it'd be a shame not to make the most of the venue here. Do your meeting the right way and get yourselves some sweets. But of course, that's what we're intended to do from the start. Good luck to all of you, too. Alright. Chardon. Let's go to the sports book since we're here. Alright. Bookie service. Alright. Let's go for the underdog. Alright. What's going on here? Oh, look, it is. Who's this guy? Grammy? Oh, it's Heyu. It's the Heyu person. Hi, you.
アーロンはおらぬようだが久しいな裏解決やそれとラオダーマオ殿の孫娘も一緒だったか
誰がラオダーマオだいまったくあんたは相変わらずだね
Huh. Well, I guess considering how well accounted you are, it shouldn't be surprised you know him too. You were asking about the society? Nah, nix that. It's gotta be about whatever cow and action raptor, isn't it? Of course, that would make sense. Indeed, you're correct. Strange disappearances and a mysterious white orbman. The details of what happened at the auction house have been shared across Haiti and the various families that have begun to make the moves. However, I'm unable to share anything more than that with you. But shouldn't we be cooperating as much as we can in a time like this? Aaron's not in Haiti, so it's understandable that you wouldn't share anything with us. Well, this geezer is being so unusually stubborn today, it's even giving me a headache. At this point, we both know each other's weaknesses, so it's a real pain in my backside trying to break him down. I've truly underestimated you. Yes, I imagine she's just about the only person who can negotiate with one of Haiti's elders like this. Well, we have gotten some information via the society about the water ornament they left to you. Since you're the ones who went through the effort to getting it, I suppose we can give you something to work with as compensation. Much obliged. If you know that much, then I guess we had some scary folks following us the whole time when we're down the basement, huh? Wait, really? We were probably already marked by the time we visited Cal and Ashton for information. I didn't even notice. But shouldn't she's have been able to see them? I'm sure she spotted them, yeah. Probably decided it'd be funnier to let them leave, though. That woman, I swear. Anyway, what sort of info do you have for us, Geen? Strictly speaking, I'm not part of Arkwright Solutions, but I hope it's okay if I sit in on this as well. I'll join in myself, if that's all it's saying. I called it information, but it's more a question than it is an answer. So, the white ornament you recovered. As I'm sure you've noted already, it bears a strong resemblance to Epstein's legacy, the Genesis. Yeah, your point? You may have forgotten, but one of them was hidden away in Langport. To be precise, it was in Hailong of Shanghai, a land that was sealed away 40 years ago. Wait, is that... Oh, I remember them mentioning this before. If I recall correctly, that location was close ties to Aaron's circumstances. As you learned back then, we of Haiti sealed the tyrant's way to die there. And when the Genesis you came there, for was sealed in that very same place with him. So then begs the question: why did he have one of Professor Epstein's devices in the first place? When, from whom, and what circumstances did the tyrant obtain that Genesis? No one, not even us at the highest levels of Heiyu, had any knowledge of about that device being there. Seriously? Huh. If it was 40 years ago, that would have been 15 years after Professor Epstein was passed. How could it possibly made it all the way from him to Langport? Thinking about it, it's the same sort of situation for those people with the white orbits, right? That's right. The group similar to DG orbits that are similar to Genesis. There are a lot of coincidences piling up all of a sudden. So it's AD. That's more of an important point than I expected. That's all the compensation I can give you for now. But as long as the family heads are operating in the same area, such as Edit, there are more likely to be times where they'll corroborate or collaborate. So feel free to arrange for any further exchanges, like for myself, my granddaughter, Cal, or even Yin. Yep, that's the plan. That reminds me, I should get in touch with Risha. I guess I go to a different district, because there's really nothing else to go around here. Oh, this number. Hey, Bramati. Oh shoot, forgot to stop by earlier. Yeah, it's going okay, all things considered. Don't suppose you got anything new about that AD group for me, do you? As it just so happens, one of Elaine's seniors from the guild stopped by my place not too long ago. And I've been having a nice long chat with this rare customer. Could it be Zin? We ran into him ourselves just this morning. Wouldn't expect that Shade Bear to ever come to your shop, though. Don't worry, he knows I often serve underground types, so he's been on his best behavior. Anyway, he wanted me to pass on a message if I was able to get in contact with you. Namely, that this was the good opportunity for you to come and meet the special guest we've got for us. Huh? No clue who could that be, but you make it sound like a pretty big fish. But, got it. We'll swing by if we can find it. That voice. Could it be? With that, my message is delivered. Wayne, darlings. Who the fuck is that? I feel like I've heard that man's voice somewhere before. His voice is pretty calm. Oh, wait. Yes, we first met him during the illusory coup, and then saw him again at the political debate. From what I hear, he's been pretty active in the parliament recently. I don't remember him at all. Seems to have been questioning the Patriot League about problems that have been come up as a result of the space program. Correct. And due to that, he's been in frequent contact with the Guild of late. But given our charter, that's not much we can publicly do to help him. Oh, right. You got that whole thing about not interfering in politics, huh? Guess you really had to tiptoe around something like this. But still, given this guy's position, I'm willing to bet he's got some good info for us. Right then, once we got everything else settled, we're headed over to Vermontes and Riverside. I'm all good to go. Start chatting with them. It's probably we could be wild before we're done. We're coming up at 4:30. Should we wrap up our work for now and head in? Yes, I'm done.
ばんちゃんたちいらっしゃい。
おお、エレインも来たか。
ええ、ジンさんもお疲れ様です。
呼びつける形になって申し訳ない。
Man suit.
そちらの事務所に伺いたかったが。
いやいや、お気になさらず。
Ryan Connery。
3月の政治討論会で少しだけ話して以来だったかな。それとは別にあのクーデターで助けてもらった縁などもあるが。
Well, there's a surprise. Senator, do you actually remember what happened during those 3 days? That was crazy. I do. The feelings of fleeing that pointless coup alongside the president and the prince were buried in my mind. I've since heard the full story from Zin. This nation owes all of you a debt it cannot easily repay. Oh no, it wasn't just us. It was only thanks to from a lot of different people that we were able to make it through. I was sort of part of the problem at one point. That event aside, it seems you know a great deal of information not released to the public. Is that right? Correct. I went and looked into the cult eradication plan that took place back when the Republican Party was in power. And then I have ties to Crossbill, so I'm aware of what went on during during Croy's independence bid and the Retributive Tower incident. Oh, that certainly explains things. He's been a huge help. He's given us a good deal of insider information that not even the guild knew. Wow, seems like he's really well informed. Crap, does this guy know about me too? Oh, I can't say I've made nearly as many connections as Mr. Rocksmith has. Oh, and can I just say, I'm a huge fan of your grandmother's songs, your mother's plays, and of course your movies. It's a genuine pleasure to make your acquaintance, Judith. The pleasure's all mine. It's got good taste at least, so maybe it's okay. Well, I'm happy to find you're the easier guy to talk with than I expected. Getting down to business, though, I hear you've been looking into all the strange stuff that's been going on around the space program. So I take you're after a little info exchange between the surface and the shadows. Is that right? That's right. Now, and even back during the Almada incidents. The main party... No. The presidential office should have shared all relevant information with the other parties. But it seems for some reason they either can't or won't do that. So I thought I'd better go search for this info on my own. As a politician, I feel like I have a duty to lay the groundwork for the future, regardless of whether my party is in control. Senator? This guy sure is cut from a different cloth than President Grahamhart. Heck, even Rocksmith. Well, if that's the case, let's get to it. What do you say we each lay out our cards? So even the space program's budget is full of irregularities. After seeing it on the news, I figured the amount of Amira in the space program would need was, well, astronomical. That's putting it lightly. As a member of the opposition party's inspection team, I actually visited the Zeku space base the other day. Well, talk about timely. What was it like? I'm told they're sparing no expense and implementing every state-of-the-art piece of technology they can. Stepping inside, my very first impression was utter shock that they were able to build something so grand out there in the barren hinterlands. Though perhaps I should have expected it, given that Professor Yang Kronkai was overseeing its construction. Suffice to say, this equipment that they have there is without a doubt the kind of technology a feat like this requires. I got a family member involved in that line, and that lines up with what I've heard. Oh, you're one of Professor Hamilton's students. Despite my tone when I talk about it, I do agree that the space program's aim is a noble one. It's just the cost of building, maintaining, and operating the base and all 3 rockets has been publicly disclosed. However, there is an amount of unaccounted for expense that vastly dwarfs all other expenditures combined. Almost as though they've been pouring all this money into something huge that they refuse to make public. It does sound pretty shady, huh? Could it be some manner of new weapon, or perhaps a new type of observation satellite? I couldn't begin to guess, but on the topic of weaponry, they've already reported a new weapon on the defense expenditures. It's the assault frame that they announced last year. It's supposed to be nothing like before. So rumor has it, it'll be used for the manned launch that's scheduled the day after tomorrow. Oh, so that's why they shot a humanoid dummy up there last time. So, just to be clear, you're saying you think this sum of money is being spent on something completely different? Correct. And then they have it marked as confidential expenditures, but sheer size is telling me it all on its own. I'd say it's probably enough to finance a large fortress and an aerial fleet. That's a hell of a lot of money. And this something that all the most money is going into is the real goal of the space program. Yes, I believe it is. It is a very distinct possibility. And I can't say whether this is related or even true just yet, but rumors say that the space program has another name. Huh? It does? Isn't it the official code name for the Project Startaker? This is actually something I've been hearing whispers about more and more among the other info brokers. Startaker is a public name, but the people are saying the presidential office and space base have a different code name for it. Unfortunately, Kincaid and his group have clamped down so hard on the info we haven't been able to figure out what that name is. That's enough red flags for me. It's starting to sound more and more like some evil villain group from a movie. Oh, sorry, Agnes. No, please don't worry about it. I agree that it's suspicious. From the sound of it, all the technicians and construction crew working there have been hit with a strict gag order. It doesn't seem like they're being threatened or anything, but there's not a peep coming out of anyone. There is one thing we can say for certainty, and it's that the presidential office is hiding something. Indeed, they've contracted both Marduk and Nikaruga's cooperation to service that. Our biggest question now is, are the space program's true goal and AD somehow related? What? But that... At a glance, there doesn't seem to be any connection between the space program and these people mimicking the cult. But their words of another dawn still give me pause. It is something to consider. The space program is also being touted as the new dawn of the new world in its promotional campaigns. Given the way the presidential office and the city have been acting, I almost have to wonder if they're not getting the reports coming in from the Crossbelt, Liberal, and the Empire. Huh? What reports? I remember hearing about people disappearing from the northern part of the continent, places like Remiferia. Oh yes, I've heard that as well. It seems that several people who are stirring up anti-immigration sentiments, or even vocal about independence issues, have gone missing. But separately from that, I'm getting reports from politicians and government officials in the countries I have contacts with. In Crossbelt, for example, certain politicians who lost their jobs after colluding with the Mafia have suddenly disappeared. And in the Empire, troublemakers from both noble and reformers factions have vanished too. In Liberal, it's a number of corrupt military officers who enabled the coup attempt back in 1202. Oh my. All of them neither civilians nor criminals. Maybe people at even HQ hadn't thought to keep an eye on. Hold on a sec. What if we're just overthinking this? What if these folks haven't been kidnapped? We're saying all these people are running off to join AD on their own? If that's the case, then it's possible this is happening in countries all across the continent. If all those people are gathering together here in Calvard, the number of people caught up in AD could be several times greater than we initially thought. I might have made a serious mistake. I was so caught up with events at my front door that I neglected about what was going on abroad. I should have at least gathered more info about the illegal immigrant situation. What? Jeez, don't start me like that, phone. Wait, emergency call? Oh yeah, request from clients who got one foot in the grave, another one on a banana peel. I'll take them on sometimes, for a premium. Do you even listen to yourself? Oh, the call didn't connect? I wonder if the reception is bad or something. Wonder what that could have been about. Hey, Agnes, look! Uh-oh. Huh.
ギュネシスが。
ん？どうしたの？と。
つながった。頼む、助けてくれ。国防外がやばいことに。裏解決屋でもギルドでも誰でもいい。
あんたはブローニング・ジョーだったわね。落ち着いて話しなさい。一体何が起きて。
俺だって死ぬかよ。とにかくやばい連中に化け物が。クソが
行くぞ。ここからだと近道があったな。
はい、ヘーゼルさんにも伝えます。
了解だ。お前らも大丈夫だな。
もちろんです。一体何が。とにかく急がないと。
これも何かの縁。私も同行させてもらおう。
ダメです。議員の方を連れて行くわけには。
君のお父上と同じく元軍人でね。身を守る術くらいはあるつもりだ。ポーは関係なく政治家として何が起きているのかを確かめたい。
いいでしょう。ただし前には出ないでくださいよ。ベルモッティ、警察方面と一応あっちにも伝えておいてくれ。
了解。ついでにヘイユエにもね。くれぐれも気をつけてちょうだい。
それでは川向こうにある裏道への入り口に参りましょう。
Oh boy. Alright. I know our group isn't strong to handle whatever comes at us, but something with the stinks. Are we ready to go in? Yes, we're ready. I've heard the rumors of these secret underground passages. There's some trick to getting it open, right? Yep, well this one ain't the normal turn the knob type. Surprised you know that much. Guess you must really get around, huh? I talked with your daughter a while back. She told me a few stories about you. Oh, so you meant Ellie? I suppose I should have expected you would get along. Though I said I was ex-military, I was only ever an inspector back in Crossbell. Oh, wait, he's Ellie's father? Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, here you were just about single-handedly fending off on a takeover by the Mafia, all while butting heads of the Empire. And it was through all that you got to know the daughter of the McDowell family, and sorry, guess there's any time to be chatting. For real, I thought you were supposed to be the guild's big shot leader guide, not some gabby housewife. Well, I can't disagree with that, but we should get moving. Right, we heard it's only take us about 20 minutes.
Oi! ちょっと待ってくれ。
Wait, Isabel? Trying to think of it, you were over in the Levery district. Did you receive the emergency notice as well?
顔役からだったが、すぐに通信も切れてしまってね。これは荒稼ぎのチャンスじゃなくて、力になれると思って戻ってきたのさ。ベルモッティに立て、元い護衛を相談したら、君たちの話を聞いてね。
Yeah. She's not even trying to hide her intentions. Yep, same as ever. Probably be good to have a doctor with us, though. Alright, everyone, let's move to the Blacklight District. Alright, what's going on down here? Proceeding in the shortcut, making their way to the Blacklight District, a secret underground area of the city. Oh. What are Mosses doing here? Back when the pandemonium happened, there were a bunch of devils swarming all over. But Isabel, you said you passed through here this morning, right? Right, none of these things were here earlier. You must have had something to do with the attack. It also reminds me of the geofront down here. That monster's over there. That monster over there looks awfully especially strange, though. Wait, those things are here? Zen, that's the monster from the report. Yeah, the thing that Alice ran into that happened to appear in the culvert and the junction areas. It really is weird looking, isn't it? They're a pain to deal with, but there's no time for options. We'll just have to push through. Right! I picked up signals from a large number of entities ahead. Be on your guard, everyone. Be sure to keep to the back, both of you. Alright. Please allow me to provide at least a bit of supporting fire. And if anyone needs it, I'll be ready for some quick first aid. Whoa. Well, that's just fucking rude. Fuck these guys. Alright.
さあ、次に行きましょう。
お疲れだ、エレイン。
ジョイの姉さんに議員も怪我はありませんね。
だがこんなところに間違い
このまま先導はよろしく頼むよ。
ほらよ、どちらも離れねえようにな。そら、そら、
Fuck those guys.
合わせよう。
おまけだよ。
そこだ。
許さない。カトル君、ここです。バンさん。
Get that guy out of here.
お返しだ。チャンスだ。頼んだ、リゼット。
合わせよう。もらった。
Alright.
今のはいい手応えね。
I'll take it.
お見事。
アクセス成功。開始する。サーチ展開。
Nothing right. Yep, here certainly is. Can't go that way.
サーチ展開。
Oh no!
サーチ展開。
Oh fuck. Uh-oh. Ah!
サーチ展開。
Go! Oh god. Oh, you're gonna keep coming.
再試行する。
Frick. I'm moving nowhere. I was up against the wall.
ミッションコンプリート。
Nebulous. Ooh.
けます。あ、この息吹は何か聞こえて悲鳴に怒号。
Oh God.
ここまで大規模だったなんて。各所で戦闘が継続中、負傷者なども多数いるようです。しかも人間同士で戦っている。
暴れている者たちの様子が明らかにおかしいようだ。
完全に正気を失っているね。少々厄介そうだな。
動きながら状況を見極める。エレン、アークライドたちもついてこい。
ああ、様子がおかしいやつはなるべく落としながら無力化するぞ。
各所で火災も発生。煙に巻き込まれぬようご注意を。
フィオ、ゼロスも紹介モード。怪我して倒れている人がいたら教えて。
了解。
While taking down monsters and riders, keep an eye out for anyone in danger. Help being victims, saving people who earn your bonus SP! This guy? He's dead. Fire's broken out here too. How are we supposed to get through like this? What are you standing around for? You can use arts, can't you? I mean, she raises a good point. Oh, good idea. What about the fires quickly with fire type quick art? Right, that'd be useful for resurrecting anyone trapped by the fires as well. Not bad, you shady quack. Alright then, count you to help. Yeah, about that. See, physical labor really isn't a forte. Just doing that once knocked the wind out of me. So, well, I'm just showing you how the ropes. It's up to you to take it from here. Hey, what happened to being our backup? Well, I suppose it's true that we were more experienced with arts. Okay, everyone, if you come across any fires, you can put it out with hit it with a hydro cannon. Select orbit arts, main change arts with water affinity. You got water affinity. Okay. This man's dead. Can't go that way. Gabriella? Those guys are what left those terrorists. Quick, let's get in there. Spriggan and a bracer? I don't need help from either of you. But watch out, something's up with these guys. What is this aura? There! Surrounded? What a weird flow of energy. They're definitely not in their right minds. Even so, they're in perfect sync with the ones who were just attacking Gabriella. This isn't the time ain't gonna be easy, but we're gonna have to make it through anyway. Away with you! Metal Line or Deadly Lance! Something was clearly different about them. They're more challenged now than when we faced them back in spring. The True Grievance Brigade. It seemed they'd gone mad, but they act with such precise coordination. I heard that many of them had lacked combat experience, but that alone can't explain their movements. Yeah, rather than them going mad, it's almost like they were being puppeteered by something. That wraps things up here anyway. Seriously, what in the world is going on? Couldn't see what the culprit is. We'll just have to get to the bottom of this ourselves. By the way, what happened with the kid? Oh, when they attacked Leviota with the Kingpin, make sure you got out safe. I plan to follow the match after I wrapped up and resupplying wet maintenance, but yeah. Got it. We'll keep an eye out for them as we go. Best of luck, Gabriella. Please stay safe. For your child's sake, don't do anything reckless. Well then, let's head onward.
おっと、私の診療所か。どうやらライト。
There's rubble here too. We can't get past. Did something go down there? Looks like my office is still intact at least. Oh, is that you, Isabel? Well, if it isn't Maja. Don't tell me you were watching over the clinic while it was gone. Not exactly. There's a growing number of injured people, though. They've been taking refuge here, and I've been doing with the bare minimum of care. I can only account for so much. Sounds like I better get to my day job then, huh? My arm. This is awful. With such a big uprising, it's not unexpected. Still, no fatalities so far. That counts as something. What's this calming aroma I smell? It looks like almost some kind of first aid, just with herbs. Yes, I've been doing whatever they can, offering pain relief and sanitation, stanching any bleeding, with good old traditional medicine. Though I'm not sure whether I can depend on you to handle the surgeries. I can handle it. I might be a back alley doctor, but I'm still a doctor. Back alley Dr. Isabel started providing astonishingly sufficient care to the injured. You really are impressive, Isabel. Mind teaching me some of that next time? Seems everyone's chi is flowing smoothly. That's the power of herbs, huh? You don't seem to have a license, Doctor, but I'll pretend I didn't see anything. Including the fact that you're operating in the Blacklight district. Thanks for being so accommodating. Gotta say, this is pretty handy, isn't it? It's a great way to make some guilt-free money off the survivors. I'm not sure I can agree with your way of doing things, but I won't deny it helps having someone dependable in these situations. Can I count on you to handle the clinic, Maja? I suppose that's fine. Are you helping out with the spring and his assistants? Yep. Figured I'd cash in on the fun they attract, you know? Fun, she says. Well, whatever. We need all the help we can get here. There are surely others in need of assistance, so let's hurry. Alright. Sepeth! I'll take it all. Damn it! What the hell do you think you're doing? You can just walk wreck hit or my store and get away with it. Vexen. Spriggan? Perfect timing. Give me a hand. No need. We can handle this just fine. I thought I'd be the one to fire this old antique. It's you guys. The locals here sure are tough. You got us pegged. Yeah, but I think I just pulled a muscle on my shoulder thanks to that. Dear me, the richest man came out of unscathed. I thought I might not compare to the old woman, but my ability to keep out of trouble is second to none. Let's just get the business at hand, shall we? The fire is spreading and making it difficult for us to keep moving. Seeing as it's experienced fires causing this chaos, I hope you lot can help with the trouble ahead. Just what I had in mind. You guys keep this place safe.
相変わらずご苦労さんだな、裏解決宿も。しかしまあ、こんな吐きだめで助け合いだなんて笑わせてくれるぜ。
Uh-oh. I knew he'd show his face. Didn't seem right. Was that really the guy? Look who's finally decided to show himself. What the hell are you up to?
言うわけないじゃん。学習しなよ、おっさん。今の僕はバイトで僕なりに動いてる。それ以上でもそれ以下でもねえんだからよ。この国防街も所詮僕たちの目的のためのちょっとした煮えに過ぎない。 そんなしょうもないもんを助けたいってんなら、まあ勝手にしたらいいんじゃね？
He vanished. How did he? It's been a while since we saw that kid on the Nemeth Island. Well, he's shifted isn't any society tech. Because who was he in cahoots with? He definitely seems to have a specific objective in mind. What's he doing that he wouldn't even tell even Yorda? We'll just have to track him down and find out for ourselves. Right, we can't afford to ignore this crisis. That's what the hell is going on here? I'm counting you to get to the bottom of this, Spriggan. We'll handle things here. You just go after the kid. Got it. Then at least stand in guard to you folks.
ゼロス君、この先に何かあるんですか？こちらでも熱源と生産反応を検知しました。これは火災で人が。
Uh-oh. Multiple life form signs detected. Looks like some people are stuck. Oh boy. Why does this have to happen to me? Hey, over there, over here, Jaegers. Look for the scorpions to Zahat, the mid-level group that got absorbed by other Jaegers. It's more than a little concerning seeing foreign Jaeger Corps here. But right now, that woman needs our help. Agreed. They got a civilian cornered. There's no way we can overlook this. You got that right. Let's take these guys out. Oh, Lane's in rough shape. Get these guys out of here. Area secured. All clear. Are you okay? Yeah, I just twisted my ankle. Thank you all so much. The other group would spend a lot of time with Gabriella, right? You told me she left. You left Yoda with the Kingpin and asked me to keep an eye on in case I came across him. I just saw him. Yoda and the Kingpin should have went upstairs. Fine. Yeah, Ix is probably over there. Let's hurry. You head back to Bexon's. They've got safety measures in place. Got it. Good luck and stay safe, everyone. Chaos everywhere! Clear that out before that, though. Oh boy. Are we gonna die here? Don't say that, I'll save you, I swear! Oh, it's come to this, I'll just douse on myself with fire and force the way through. Don't worry, I've got you! Come on, over there! We can just quick arc to extinguish the fire, but we need to hurry. We don't need to state the obvious. Whoa, the fire's all gone. That was quick. Y'all are a bunch of lifesavers. Thanks a bunch. No need to thank us. We ain't out of the woods yet. Yeah, this place can cave in. Sticking around isn't safe. Looks like this is where I come in. Amazing! We're free! Thank you, sir. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. That was nothing. I'm used to benching this much. Phew, that's zen for you. By the way, I haven't seen the mistress anywhere. She was actually in the middle of checking in on the girls in the Blacklight District. I wonder where she is now. Would you please help me look for her? I'm kind of worried. Alright, I'll keep an eye on, keep you posted. We rescued everyone from the store. Time to move on.
トレジャーを感知したよ。
Uh-oh. What's going on? This isn't some kind of event or anything, is it? Did I do something to upset everyone? This is too much. I'm not gonna explain this to the Kingpin. I'm clearly not in the right mind, but it doesn't look like they're on drugs. What's going on? Sorry for the wait. We'll handle them here. So these guys are from the family that got kicked out out of Heiyu. The ones that started the mess in Langport, right? Most of them were absorbed by the Liu or Li families. Could it be that the ones who slipped the cracks are the ones who went missing and joined forces? They might be formidable, but we can't allow them to continue. We must subdue them immediately. Alright! Well, I weakened him as much as I could. Oh, hell no. Mr. Zen!
引き受けた。容赦せんぞ。さあ、これで終わりだ。王に大山羅漢書。
Those guys making kind of death below you, so get those guys out of here. Amazing, they jump like flies. I totally don't get it, but they were the bad guys, right? Thank you. Now then, I need to help the little ones at the back of the shop. No need, I've already had it handled. It seems some gratitude is in order. Would you prefer some words of thanks or a different kind of reward? I was actually making the rounds and checking on the girls in the Blacklight District. Then this happened out of nowhere. At least I was able to get most of the girls to the surface where it was safe. Oh, she was trying to help me get out too. Then I saw all this. I spotted the Kingpin earlier too. Seems she went toward the arena up that way. Oh, Lady Geen did? Based on what Gabriella told us, Yoda's with her too. The arena's cage is strong, so it's not a bad place to barricade themselves. But they're up against that kid. Yeah, assuming he went that way. And who knows what he's capable of. Let's get going.
よし、ここまでは大体さらえたか。ああ、
取りこぼしもなさそうだ。お前さんたちもやるじゃないか。
このままなんとか事態を収拾いたしましょう。どうしてこんなに人が？
闘技場に誰かいる。もしかして。
Oh boy. Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because we can close the time. So when we come back, we'll head into the arena and figure out what the hell's going on. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.